Hello friends, this is the 9th video in the CSCS sorting and searching video series. In this video, we will be solving the problem number 9, which is stick length. So the problem statement is there are n sticks with some length. Your task is to modify the sticks so that each stick has the same length. You can either lengthen and shorten each stick. Both operations cost x, where x is the difference between the new and original length. What is the minimum total cost? In input, the first input line contains an integer n, the number of sticks. Then there are n integers p1, p2, pn, the length of the sticks. In output, we have to print single integer, the minimum total cost. Constraints are n is greater than or equals to 1 and lesser than or equals to 2 into 10 raised to power 5. So basically, we have to write such a solution which works in n log n in worst case. It shouldn't go beyond that. It shouldn't be quadratic or cubic or anything like that. Then our stick lengths lie in range of 1 to 10 raised to power I. So pi could be as larger as 10 raised to power 9. Then we are given a sample case. First, let's try to understand the problem statement. In the problem statement, we are given that an integer n, which denotes the number of sticks which we have. Then in second line, we are given n different integers, which indicates the stick length for each ith stick. Then we are asked to perform a task where we have to either lengthen some sticks or shorten some sticks and make all the sticks of same length. So what we have to do is we have to bring all the sticks to a common length, to a same length, for which what we can do is either lengthen a stick or shorten a stick. Basically we can increment the length of a stick or decrement the length of a stick, and the cost for this change made in the length will be x, where x would be the difference between the previous length and the length at which we are trying to reach. So basically whatever change we are making, let's say we are incrementing a stick length by 2 cm, then cost would be 2, or else if we are decrementing it by 2, so it will be 2. If we are not making any change, then the cost will be 0. So I hope problem statement is clear to everyone. Now let's see the sample case. So this is our sample case. Let's see how we will get the answer. Now first, let's say we are taking stick length. We are trying different stick lengths and try to find our answer. Firstly, let's say we are taking stick length as 2. So for stick length 2, our answer will be, first stick is of length 2, so we don't need to make any change. Second stick is of length 3, so we need to shorten it by 1 cm. Then third stick is of 1 length, so we need to increment it by 1 units. We need to increment the length of this stick by 1 unit. Then we need to change this fourth stick of length 5 to length 2, so we need to shorten it by 3 units. Then this stick is of 2 length already, so we don't need to make any changes. So our answer will be 5 in this case. Now let's say we try the stick length of 3. In this case, what we will get is, first incrementing by 1, no change required. Incrementing by 2, incrementing by or decrementing by 2. Since the stick length is 5, we have to reach at 3. Let me mark the selected one. So let me mark the selected one. This is our selected value. So then we are incrementing it by 2, decrementing this one by 2 to make it 3 from 5. Then we are incrementing this by 1. So our answer will be 6 in this case, which is not better than the previous one. Then let's say if we try 1 or 5, I am trying 5, you can try other combinations as well. So let me erase this clutter. So let's say we are trying 5. So now in this case, firstly we need to increment this one by 3, increment this one by 2, increment this one by 4, no change required in this one, and increment this one by 3. So our answer is lot larger than the best answer, which is 5. So in this case, In 2 our answer is best, which is 5, and for 5 our answer is 12. So if you will try other combinations as well, let's say you try 4, you can choose those stick lengths as well which are not present in this array and try them as well. You won't be able to get any answer better than this one. So let's see why we are getting this answer. First, let's see another test case. So is this letter? So let's take this test case. Now in this test case, let's say I am saying that best answer is 45. So let's say I say that best answer is 45. Now firstly I need to 45. I am not saying answer, basically the best stick length which would be 45. So 45 will give us the best answer. So first let's say I am taking 2 to 45, which will cost me 43. Then I am changing this 3 to 45, which will cost me 42, as I am increasing my stick length by 42 units. Then let's say I am changing this one, so this will cost me 1, and then this will cost me 2. And if you will look upon 45, it wouldn't cost us anything because it is already 45, so we don't need to make any changes. Now let's say I try to get some other answer which is better than this one. So in search of my better answer, let's say I am trying to shift my answer, shift my selected stick length from 45 to 46. Let's say now I am trying to shift my stick length instead of 45 to 46. Now let's say I selected 46. Now what changes I will get in my answer? Now the changes I will get in my answer is, firstly, this 43 will be incremented by 1. Why? Because we have shifted our selected stick length, and now the change in our selected stick length from the previous selected stick length is 46 or 1. Because previous one was 45, so we were deciding our answer on the basis of 45. Now we are deciding our answer on the basis of 46. So this stick length has to reach till 46. So it has to be incremented 1 unit. So here also the 1 unit, it has to be increased 1 unit further. In this case, it has to be decremented 1 unit, because if the selected stick length has went 1 unit far away from these ones, then that means it went 1 unit closer to these ones. So this one also decremented by 1 unit. So 2 increment on left hand side, 2 decrement on right hand side, constant, and these one are cancelled out with one another. Answer is still same, but the change which will come in will be because of this 45. This was the selected length previously, which was not making any change, but now it is required a change of 1 unit. We need to increment its length by 1. So I think my point would be clear to everyone. What we will do, we will select the median value, because for median value, left hand side values will come to this stick length, right hand side values will come to this stick length. So but if I will try any other value than left hand or this median value, what will happen? All the right hand values need to increment as much the left hand side values have to decrement if I am shifting to left side, or else if I am shifting to right side, all my left hand side values have to increment as much my right hand side values are decrementing. This will be neutral, but the change will come because my median also has to increment or decrement, which will increment my answer always. So basically, if I am shifting to this side, everything will be neutral, but as much I will keep on shifting this side, this median stick length will also have to change, which will increment my answer. And if I will shift this side, similar problem I will get again. So now let's try to code the answer. You can use this approach in some other problems as well. Always remember, whenever you are asked to move some things, it might be that all the people have to gather at a point, or any problem of this kind, you always have to remember that if you will select the median value, so that displacement would be as least possible compared to the other cases. So let's now try to code this problem. First we will take the n for storing the stick length, and let's store the stick length. Then the number of sticks. Then let's create a vector for storing the stick length. Let's say I am calling it s_l of size n. Now let's store all the stick lengths in this vector. So after storing all the stick lengths, we need to sort our vector so that we can get the median. Now let's try to get our answer. So our median is the centermost element of our vector. Then let's try to find our answer. Initially take our answer to be 0. Then we can run our loop. And we will keep on adding the difference, the absolute difference between our median and the current stick length. This absolute difference will be the change required in this stick, and it would be the best. The summation of stick length changes required would be the best if we select the stick which is at median of our vector. Then at last we will try to print our answer. Let's test it for the sample case. We are getting correct answer. Now let's try to submit it. So our solution is accepted. I hope everyone understood. Then we will solve the problem, 10th problem in our next video.